was about 40, I became interested in my personal tradition. And so I started to research them. And I found this very interesting tradition of Estonian folk music, very ancient pre-Christian tradition, that I found out more and more about, and I researched. And I wanted to find a way to integrate some of the material into what I'm already doing as a classical composer.
I was really happy to be recommended to do this. It's been such a rich experience. I love collaborating with the violin. I love chamber music. It's not something we get to do often as vocalists. It feels very much like singing with another voice, like a duet for two voices, and I love that aspect of it. And I love the innovativeness of the sounds, too. There's nothing standard about them, and that's something I really, really respect and would like to do more of.
These songs really are about exceedingly simple things. The first one is Bring the Herd Over Here. The second one is about cream thickening. The third one is horse games. The last one is a lullaby.
Art in general is based on influence, so everybody borrows from everybody, right? But this was a particular case where I was going to use very specific and known material. For instance, the 4 songs that were videoed today, at least 2 of them would have overt references that Estonians would know. They would be able to sing those tunes. And so what would be my approach then? Am I just resetting those tunes? And my approach became, over time, working on them and working with them, in not just this piece, but any number of pieces, was that the tunes would be recognizable, but there were other things that would be going on simultaneously. So harmony, counterpoint, that is another type of line that would be involved, that would be essentially a commentary on what was the ancient tune.
The second one is just really fun. I think I opened up a finger on that one because it's just pits, 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 smack, 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 and it's extremely hard to memorize because he throws like it's just any old. I mean, honestly, you could play almost any pattern. It doesn't. The interest is not in the individual notes. It is the interaction of this kind of thing that I get into, and her and the syllables and all this explosive kind of pronunciation that she's doing, enunciation. The third one is that's the virtuoso piece. This is the one that I had to work very hard on this. It's actually really hard and incredibly varied. But again, you have this kind of motor that's going.
Hubusimang, the horse game, was the hardest one to learn by far. What a tricky text. But so much wordplay and so much dialogue from the village girls to the village boys and back again, and how to kind of do that while keeping the color of the voice and keeping some of the technique there.
And again, I'm sort of dashing in and throwing things at it and trying to dislodge it and trying to trip her, and that's the feeling that I get. And then sometimes I lay low and and then I might, leap out from behind a bush or something, try to attack and she's just unstoppable.
The other thing I liked was the variation in Hubusamang, having to stay constant, but also keep the violin part in mind because there's so much color there. There's so much variety there.
So we're here today because of this really unique opportunity to have some of my songs committed to video in a very special way, I think. There's this feeling that for composers, for musicians, that recordings, for instance, CDs or back to vinyl, that the recorded archive of a piece of music is this very important thing, and it is. But I think that I'm also very interested in the active performance of music, like starting out as a performer and also being married to a performer. This relationship between composition and performance is very important. And so the visual aspect of what performers do, I think, for me, is always fascinating.
The last one is very introspective. I find the last one very moving and very sad in a way.
The fourth one is just stunning. It's beautiful. The range of it really sort of felt like it was written for me, even though I know it wasn't. I loved bringing those broad arcing phrases across, and I loved the love that's embedded in the lullaby itself is quite moving.
I'm hoping it's a generous piece, that somebody can encounter it on one listening and get pleasure out of it, and maybe on more listenings they can see the intricacies of it. One of the reasons I was attracted to the Estonian folk material in the first place is because of its simplicity. In the arts, as a creator, you strive for simplicity all the time. You're looking for the simplest way to do something. And so given these simple components, it was attractive to me, and hopefully it has an immediate response to somebody who's listening to it.